Girl in the color she choose, a club going up on a Tuesday.
Yo, welcome to WLVS Radio. You tune into the open bar
on a Tuesday.
Salute. Oh,
salute.
We got our neighborhood English teacher slash lawyers in the building today.
Spanish
Tito.
teacher, don't you think?
Spanish. Really.
Spanish teacher. Do you speak Spanish?
I do. See,
I've never seen you speak Spanish.
you don't speak Spanish.
I do speak Spanish
do
fluently.
not.
Fluently.
Háblame.
With my Google
Translator.
Doesn't count.
fluently. Yo, what's today's date? The 10th.
9/11.
Oh,
9/11.
Never forget. How'd
right.
you forget?
I did. I just wanted to just confirm. Yo,
911 is a joke.
Right. Shout out to all our first responders. Oh my goodness. Today is like their day. What do you call it? Like, because
it's a day to remember the people who died in the buildings.
Not basically that, but
also the ones who
to honor those the first responders.
responders who actually saved quite a few people.
Mm-hmm. That's true. They planned it. Okay. I got you. That's true. But yeah, shout out to all our first responders.
Always casualties in war.
We wouldn't call that war. We can't do that.
It is. It was a war. It was an attack on the United States. Why wouldn't you call it a war?
Well, because
It was
I
a
guess
terrorist act. So why wouldn't you call it a war?
opinion.
It's a war on terror, which is not a war on a specific country. It's a war on a group of people and ideas.
Right. You don't have a mic, so we can't. You don't have a mic. But anyway, yo, again, like I said, shout out to all the early responders. It's 9/11, first responders. Yo, I know I did a huge post on my Facebook today for them, and I got a lot of respondents about it. Do y'all know any firefighters and all that, or?
That were there? No.
Not that were there, but like now. Did y'all?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, his family who are police officers in New York.
Do they take this day serious, or?
It's a solemn day. Yeah, everyone does. Everyone takes it seriously.
Right.
Everyone should take it seriously.
I actually had one aunt, not an aunt, but a lady I knew, sort of like an aunt. She died in the Pentagon.
Yeah.
So that was pretty. So it's pretty sad for our family. But anyway, 9/11. We're still gonna have a good show today.
We will.
Oh yeah.
We're still gonna have a good show.
Hey,
we brought it down already.
If you don't remember, on this day in 2001, also, even though the World Trade Center was coming down, Jay-Z still he released his album that day.
You such a Jay-Z fan.
No, I'm just saying he released his album that day, and it still went platinum.
It did.
Yeah.
Oh. What album was that? I bet you don't remember the name of it.
It was the Blueprint.
Dang, y'all good. Y'all know everything. He wasn't married to Beyonce yet.
And
so
actually, Fabulous released his first studio album at the same day as well.
Who's Fabulous? No, I'm just joking.
Hello, US.
That's Emily's husband. Emily's man.
Emily B.
I wonder if she got her tooth back.
It wasn't Christmas time yet. What are you talking about?
But Fabulous beat her daddy up too. I mean, good Lord.
I don't know if he beat her daddy, but he almost he threatened her daddy and her brother.
But how you gonna stay with a man that threatened your daddy and your brother?
Well, when he's probably supporting your daddy and your brother and you're probably gonna stay.
Get a bitch a blanket. You might be cold. I got it. I got that. I got that.
So if your woman was paying all the bills, just saying you was Oprah and she whipped your ass, or Respucia.
You can't do that with me.
Respucia, right?
If you paying Hot Ron's bills, he gonna do whatever you tell. Because I hate paying bills.
Right, and she whipped your ass, right? Respucia, how you doing? Right? She whipped your ass.
Nah,
and then. Your brother tried to jump in. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna beat his ass. He ain't gonna fuck up my check. You're not gonna fuck up my check. I'm sorry. I did not tell you.
We are not we do not condone domestic violence. First of all, so let that be known.
No, we condone paid domestic violence. If you're getting paid to get,
we do not condone domestic violence in any type, any form.
No, it's funny because I watched the show. You guys watch Ayana
Fix My Life.
Yeah, Fix My Life.
Ayana Van Zandt.
And then she had like 2 great shows this past week. One show.
I heard about one of them.
Well, the one with all these women that were married, the 2 women, one from Housewives of Potomac that was married to the Maryland coach.
Juwan Howard? I mean,
No.
Juwan Dixon?
No,
Juwan
not
Dixon?
Robin Dixon.
Juwan Dixon?
No, he was the Hoyas coach. I'm sorry.
Patrick Ewing?
No.
What's his name again?
John Thompson Jr.?
She wasn't married to John Thompson.
The older man, the father.
Oh, the father?
Yeah, the senior. But she's on Atlanta. She's on Housewives of Potomac. But anyway,
for real?
she talked about how she gave her life up for him and how she became nobody. And but anyway, he left her. Now,
Hold up. Who was she before then?
I think she was like a cheerleader. She was like a Redskins cheerleader or something.
So nobody, right?
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just saying, how do you expect you played a part and you played your position in the relationship, right?
Yeah.
And then now you expect some type of reward afterwards.
What are we talking about? I'm still lost in what we're talking. Like, first of all, who are we talking about?
Well,
John Thompson's
his
ex-wife,
ex-wife. Well, they're getting
She's
a
on the
divorce
show.
now.
What's her name on the show?
Housewife. Her name is what is her name on the show? How can I forget her name? I can't think of her name right now. I'm embarrassed to say. But
Why are you?
no, she's old. She's one of the original cast members on Housewives of Potomac, but she wasn't on it. She was like a guest. She was a friend of the show. She was on it this season. Okay. She was causing problems with Monique and all that. You know her when you see her. Come on, y'all know her. She made the champagne room last time. The house, rebuilt her house.
The older lady?
The champagne room. Did you watch Housewives of Potomac?
No.
He wasn't a Georgetown coach.
He was Georgetown coach at one point.
I know you're talking about, but no. Well, maybe he was. I don't know.
He was Georgetown coach. Anyway.
You sure?
Yeah. What was his name? Oh,
No, go on. Go ahead.
Anyway, on that show, talked about how the woman lost her life, and then there was another woman on there. I guess Ayana's whole thing was she was trying to make these women realize that they're more important than just get them. They sold their soul for money. The other one was like, "Hold up, I'm not gonna be broke ever again." And so I'm like, "You can shut up. I'm rich, you know." And
Her?
Yeah, her. Sharice, that's her name. Sharice.
Sharice? That's not John Thompson's.
No.
ex-wife.
Who was her husband?
It's not
Who
John
was-
Stockton's husband either, but
Who was Sharice's husband? Can you look that up?
I'll look it up. Go ahead.
I know he was a coach. I think he was Georgetown's coach at one point.
I'll figure it out. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Anyway, and then the other lady, I forgot who the other lady was. But then another show, Brandy Maxell. Y'all know her from...
Oh, yeah. That's the one we really got to talk about. I think we got to talk about
Heard
this
that name.
Your second
I
pastor.
just heard that name. Oh yeah. Okay.
We need to talk about this one.
Well,
Okay.
before we lead up to it, since we brought it up, Brandy basically, she's been married to a guy that... treated
Jason Maxiell.
Jason Maxell. And he is a basketball player for who?
Nobody.
He used to be.
He used to play for Detroit. I do know that, but I think he plays overseas now.
This
Yeah.
man admitted on this show that he slept with over 341 women during their 5-year marriage.
No.
17 years of them being
7
together.
No,
years.
they've been together like 17 years.
Married for 5.
Right. But in the 5 years or however long they've been married, he slept with 50 women. But the other
17 years.
191, 291
Came through during the dating period.
Yeah, dating period or
But
the courting period.
Eddie Jordan, that was
The coach. Okay.
That was a coach of the Wizards.
Wizards, yeah. But then he did coach the Hoyas at one.
No, he did not.
He did.
He coached the
He
Hornets.
coached Rutgers.
Rutgers, that's it. You're right. My bad. Anyway,
Come on, man.
But you know
It
what I
was John
talking about.
Thompson and John Thompson Jr. Those are only
for
coaches
Hoyt.
since
Yeah,
you've
you're
been
right,
since
you're
you've been alive.
And now Patrick.
Anyway, my bad. But at any rate, getting back to Brandy, so it's almost sad because Maxwell, Max Hill, the husband, looks like worse than Planet of the Apes, and like
Why did your looks have to
Well,
do
I'm
with
just saying,
how many
can a
women you
woman,
sleep with?
if a woman was that beautiful,
You
I mean, was that
you can't say Planet Apes. you
can't?
use it.
Well, I can because I'm
no,
No.
see,
I have melanin in my skin.
It doesn't matter.
I can because I have melanin in my skin. Tito probably can't. He would get in trouble.
I can't even laugh at that joke.
Yeah, you can use it.
No, you can't.
You can laugh.
A slur like that. Yeah,
If
you
it was
can't.
funny, I wouldn't.
Well, let's just say he.
You can't use that slur.
So we can't say Planet of the Apes no more either.
We can't call it apes now, man.
Because I know this girl that's looked just like Planet of the Apes back in the day, and we used to call it that. But she's beautiful now. She turned into a cute little monkey. She's so cute.
See,
I remember back in the day.
My
though,
Chi-Chi was a cute monkey.
No, I remember back in the day. I asked this girl, what she looked like. She said, "I look cute." She said, "Ain't nothing cute but babies and monkeys." I said, "You ain't no baby, so you must look like a monkey."
Oh, wow.
But she looked like a gorilla.
So can we say gorilla? We can't say Planet of the Apes. We
You
gorilla.
can't say most of the apes anything.
Why can't we?
Because of
we're
Roseanne
not
Barr?
politic. We're
Because
not
of Roseanne
politicians.
Barr?
No, that's not being
Roseanne Barr?
politics. That's just like
It's not politically correct.
it's unproductive.
Just rude.
This is unproductive.
It's unproductive.
So maybe you're gonna hit on this in your segment.
Okay,
But how
sure.
can how is it that these brothers who look like they fell off a turnip truck? I mean, I guess the money killing it, but
Well, it's money. Of course, it's money, and
but
it's
why
also
isn't Oprah like sleep with 400 men? You know,
She wouldn't be a billionaire if she did.
well.
He ain't no. He may be a
And
multi-millionaire.
also, he's one of the people I talk about all the time that medicates with sex. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow,
he's
that's
probably
deep.
medicating. So that's why he broke down.
but
And
Maxine is gorgeous.
so I'm saying,
She's
but that's,
Brandy is gorgeous.
okay.
but this is the thing. In a relationship, at some point, you get past the cuteness.
Yeah.
You get past anything that was impressive. That brought, even the things that bring value. The tricky thing about value is that value can appear
Change.
to be glistening and real shiny at first, right? But afterwards, it still has value. It carries weight, but it's not as enamoring as it was before, right? Even though it's still valuable. So people feel that lackluster period when things cool off and whatnot, and you start mentally fighting with images, thoughts, whether it's about yourself, within yourself, whatever it is. If you don't have a good hold on that, man, you'll start turning that into a need, finding ways to make yourself feel what you don't feel anymore, you know what I'm saying, or feel special. Because I don't care how much a woman celebrates you and tell you how wonderful you are, after a while it just gets old, you know what I'm saying. So that's why you have to keep growing. You got to keep give them something else new to cheer about, rather than, I'm not saying that, I'm just saying that the same old will get old, right? So at some point, to keep that sense of worth, because if it's tied up in like, oh, he's an athlete, after 2-3 years, 17 years, okay, he's an athlete. He's not even in the NBA anymore. So it's not something you can champion that much anymore. So he's got to be doing something else to make her feel like my conqueror, my king has come home. You know what I'm saying?
Well, sometimes.
And you can go to a new woman though who knew you used to be in the NBA, who just met you, and she'll treat you with that same that initial fervor, right? So
It's almost
yeah,
like
but-
a lot of times these women think they can't do better.
Well, I think there's.
No, it's not that at all.
I don't think that. I think that some of them are just in it for the long haul.
it's called being loyal to a fault. A lot of women are taught like that, be loyal to a fault.
It's almost sad.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
You put up with
It
all
can
that.
be
You
sad.
put up with that.
But this is the other thing, though. What we don't teach our young people is we don't teach them how to, critically think. So, you got to weigh it out. You got to weigh out the pros and the cons of staying or going. And that's hard for a lot of people. They're like, I don't want to hit the eject button too soon.
Right.
But you can mess around and lose 10 years.
Well, there was a lot of hot things. There was a lot of good things in TV. But let me say this. Who?
No.
No.
Eddie George was.
Eddie George.
Not
No.
Maxwell.
No,
we're talking about Brandy.
No, he's talking about Eddie Jordan.
Jordan, he was the coach of the Wizards.
Yeah.
Coach of the Wizards. Coach of the Wizards.
And Eddie George was married to Taj though.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
Aren't they still married?
They
Still
are.
married.
They survived, man. They had a really rough.
Oh, they
But
did?
I don't think
Surviving.
it was ever any like.
Well, we don't know.
Well, no, you ain't gonna know about it, but it was.
Everyone ain't gonna put it out there.
Eddie
Everyone ain't gonna
George
put
was
it.
a superstar in the NFL.
Yeah.
Something.
Wow.
Yeah,
He's-
he was like
City
what,
City.
6'6"?
He was the man at one time.
260.
He was the man.
But he treats her from the reality show. He treats her like gold.
I mean,
He
they
really does.
older and they survived that middle portion. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like it's all value. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Too bad she lost her singing voice. But no, I'm just kidding.
He always want to take a shot.
No, I love SWV. They
This dude is always firing shots.
Take a
Ooh,
shot.
I am not. I don't shoot. But anyway,
That's what she said.
yo,
Blanks.
there was so much, and I'm gonna say this: Ayana, last
And
name,
Yama.
Iyama Van Zant. She's always gonna have a job as long as
Inyala.
what's her name? Ayana.
Inyala.
Ayala.
Yeah.
Nah.
Inyala.
Inyala. Yeah.
Inyala. If she heard that,
Y'all said everything.
I just call her Beloved. Beloved is always gonna have a job. She like all these reality stars, they mess her to go. Recently, now she's filmed the Braxtons. I don't know if y'all saw that clip, but apparently they all walked out. They were like, she just made things worse. But everybody's gonna go to her.
Yeah,
So-
I saw one. She had like a couple of sisters, not everybody, but
No,
a
she had
couple
all of
sisters.
them there, and then at one point,
Tamar was there too?
Tamar was there, bald
okay.
and all. She looked really good. And
Tony was there?
Tony was there. Her and Tamar got into an
I didn't
argument.
see all that.
Her and Tamar got into an argument. And Tony actually apologized to Tamar for calling her, saying that, making her feel that she should be something different than what she was, that she always been. Long story, yeah, it was pretty good. So that's gonna be a good episode. So it's all that woman always got a spot. I wish I can dig into that life coaching. Pastor, you need to be on TV. You doing our thing. Yo, we gotta go to a break. Come back with our drink of the day, and then of course straight back to some good hot topic.
Some ratchetness.
202-656-1 bar.
Niggas, bitches, bitch ass niggas, dyke ass hoes, black ass and bright ass hoes, fag hags and scallywags. Get your motherfucking names on the floor, you heard? It's about to go down like a motherfucking plane crash. It's about to burn like a badass perm. Your boy, make it fresh. With Young Cheesy, you heard? Patty cake, microwave, circus make a square. Goddamn my pain. I'm so cool, but I'm so hot and I'm so blind. You so not. Show me what you working with, just like that. Turn around, bend over, bring it back. Slow minute, fresh, bring it back. Manny fresh, snowman, it's a rap. Wrapped up in the club, yeah, I'm so crazy. These other rappers act just like Patrick Swayze. Try to tell them, but these niggas ain't hear me. Mossberg, palm right, shotgun, literally. Live from the projects, you know what it is. Ain't snowman, can I get a hand lib? Get the club crunk, can't take that from me. Ain't drop yet, still got a little John money. First I'm gon' stack my flow. Then I'm gon' stack some more. Close shop, then I do my count. Hide the rest of the yams at my auntie house. Get fresh and jump in one of them cars. Hit the club and get one of them bras. It's a wrap, we on the way to the house. By 3:45, I be kicking it out. I see you looking with your looking ass. Catch a snowman in the kitchen with his cooking ass. I'm so clean, but I'm so grimy. So dirty, but yet I'm so shiny. My nigga Kiki B told me finish my meal. Def Jam 7 figures, we can finish the deal. Some say I looked up, I call it perfect timing. Nigga, I can't go 'cause the whole city's behind me. Oh, hey.
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. You're tuned into the open bar.
Salute.
Salute. I said it right?
You did.
I did. Yeah. Of course, my favorite segment of the show is when we introduce our drink of the day. Inside, and I can say, and talk of this huge hurricane that's coming. So everybody might be cuddled in because of all the rain. So we got the
They're gonna be booed up.
You think there's a lot of hurricane babies?
All down south. This weekend
They're evacuating.
Be a lot of
Hold
hurricane
up.
babies.
Your brother had a baby
In a hurricane. You're right. Was it the youngest?
Elizabeth, right? Wasn't it? Hurricane
Was
Elizabeth.
it the youngest or the oldest? No,
The
it was
oldest,
Trey.
Trey.
All right. On my daughter's birthday. It was sad. But anyway, yo, this is the actual hurricane
Flo.
Is that what it's
Florence.
Florence? Hurricane Florence.
We just call it
Hurricane Flow is good.
Hurricane Flow.
Feels good.
Hurricane Flow. Anyway, it's made with our choice of vodka along with a splash of ginger beer along with pineapple juice and a smidge of lemon juice for your taste. What do y'all think? Is it smooth?
Salute.
It's actually pretty good.
Salute.
That's really good.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
That's really good. The drink's been on point, except that last drink last week. It was kind of beerish. But whose idea?
It was the champagne.
The champagne.
Vodka
and the
champagne.
Vodka champagne martini.
Oh yeah.
It was it was
Rose.
Rose.
Oh yeah.
But this one is good. The one before that one was good. I forgot what that was, but it was a good drink.
Oh yeah, what was that drink?
But
No,
it
that
was
was
good.
that was the David brought in was the piss.
No, the alligator piss was good too. But,
Yeah, alligator piss.
But this last week was anyway. It was a good drink. Dave is not keeping up putting the recipes on the website.
Oh yeah, no. Last week.
Because I don't say I'm gonna put it up. Somebody else next to me does. I'm not gonna tell which one
Exactly.
it is. But
Last
I
week
just
we
wanted
named
to-
it. It was called female issues.
Female
yeah.
issues because it was rose. You know you like to get them roses. Yo, let's go into some hot topics. Y'all ready?
Sure.
So this is my before I start hot topics. Everybody here know that I'm a freaking what you call it?
Reality TV
Oh,
junkie.
what's the word you call it? You call it
A fiend.
trash TV. What do you call it?
Ratchet.
Ratchet TV fanatic. Everybody knows that. I'm officially done with Ratchet TV after this weekend. With certain shows, rather than I ain't giving up.
This
To
dude
be
act like
honest.
it's crack.
To be
He act
honest,
like
yeah.
it's crack. He's scratching.
Yeah, I can't give up my
Exactly. I'm
my
still gonna do
high
coke.
spot.
I'm just not gonna do crack anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Crack
made-
is whack, but I'm still do some coke.
I made too much money to smoke crack. I snort it.
Exactly.
So I can't give up my Housewife franchise. But
Do you watch all the franchises, or you just watch Atlanta Housewives?
no, I watched at least 4.
So you watch New Jersey,
I do watch
Cali.
New Jersey.
Cali,
Not
Beverly
Cali.
Hills?
I watch Beverly Hills, and I watch Atlanta and Potomac.
Okay.
And sometimes I can get into New York.
I didn't even know they had a New York and
Yeah, New York is real like ratchet. I think.
and
I don't
and
know.
I didn't even really count.
Brittany, what's her name?
Potomac.
The girl that made Skinny drink, Skinny white.
Tiffany. What's her name?
She had a show, Brittany. I forget her name, but she's on New York.
I know what you're talking about. The skinny
Girl
vodka.
or something like
Yeah.
that. She's like a millionaire now from that. But anyway,
Yeah, multi.
but the Housewives, what's it called? Basketball Wives. I would never watch that franchise ever again. It's just like
Until next season when they come back to Miami.
That show need never to come back ever again. I don't know. Do you watch it?
No, I don't. I used to watch it, but
You
I
would
don't
hate
watch
it. You would hate
No,
it.
but that's why I stopped watching. It wasn't interesting anymore.
It's like fighting for no reason at all.
Right.
Because somebody lied. You
Is
don't
Shawnee
fight.
O'Neal still on the show, or she just producing?
She's on the show and she's the worst one. She's a producer, a boss. To me,
she's instigating it all. Huh?
instigator, like big time. Like even if you mad at somebody, if you a boss, you still handle yourself with some decorum. And at one point she had that, but she don't. I think Basketball Wives is just the worst show on TV and does not ever need to come back again.
Okay.
This last episode,
Take your word for it.
Yeah.
now, I'm telling you, this last episode, Malaysia, who I think is the sexiest thing on TV, one of them, threw a table at that poor Jennifer. Threw a table at her. Hey, y'all had to see it. It was the worst. If you watch,
Did the table hit her?
it went like blank. At that point, so you don't know. I think it hit her because
We'll find out next week.
no. Next week is the reunion. Security people caught it.
Jeez.
But I don't know if you can grab a mic. But were you disgusted by this this whole season, it was terrible. So and then the sad thing about it, everybody know Jackie Christie.
She ain't had nothing to do with none of this.
Jackie Christie was a complete lady and had class. Now, if Jackie Christie got more class than Shawnee O'Neal, the show need to be canceled. I'm just telling you.
I don't watch any. I try not to watch any of those shows, to be honest. I
Then
watch.
Tito brings you in,
It
right?
is a guilty pleasure of Tito's. So I follow suit, and I've got myself wrapped up in some of it, but sometimes I just walk away and go in another room because I just can't take the ridiculousness of it all.
I literally could not.
Tito, I'm appalled that you and Ron.
It's only 2 shows.
It's a guilty pleasure. It's something just, I guess, mindless TV because it's mindless because all of them are out
That's
of their
my
damn
part. I
minds.
feel like I be getting dumber.
That's how I felt. I'm
it's
like
you're getting dumber watching it.
Because
like,
you're trying to
geez.
figure it out. Like, that's going to hurt your head.
Exactly.
That's where you.
and then I'm like, this woman flew 10 hours to come somewhere to get beat up. And I was like, come on, use your head.
They paid for her to come, but, you know.
Well, I still wouldn't have went. I'm like, why do you want to be around people that don't like you?
They make about $30,000 an episode, $15,000.
You know, they probably make
And
Fighting
and
is
they're
bread and butter.
they're nobody's spouse anymore either.
Nobody's a housewife. Nobody's a wife on the
Yeah,
show.
because Malaysia, she's
She's divorced, but she's still paid.
So
she got
it
the
would be
kids.
apropos to say ex-housewife basketball player wives, right?
Yeah.
Shawnee's
the
nobody.
exes of Hollywood. The exes.
The exes are.
The basketball exes. That would be a better show.
But my thing, this poor girl Jennifer been courting so many
None of them,
lives.
some of them never even been wives.
Oh, yeah, and all the real NBA wives are not on the show.
Yeah.
Are not doing the show.
Well, one of them is married. Well, two of the new girls were married to basketball.
Who were their players?
Okay, it must have been dudes on the bench.
Yeah.
One of them is a
Number
coach.
12
They
and
were
13.
they was 14 and 15. They don't even suit up.
And
They
to be
on the
honest,
practice squad.
No, they in the NBA, right?
actually, they play overseas, but
Okay.
they do.
Oh well.
But they
Well, they're
basketball-
not. They're not in
counting.
the NBA. Well, it doesn't say NBA wise. It says basketball wise. So if you play high school or college basketball and you married, right? You know, you may
You
have
can be
your
on that
wife on
show.
there
You
too.
can be on that show. But I'm completely over the whole franchise. I think Shawnee O'Neal need to be fired. Shawnee O'Neal need to leave TV. She
She's
never
the
need
producer.
to produce.
you calling
she never
you
need
calling
to
for
do-
somebody's
She run the
job?
show.
Shawnee O'Neal need not to produce nothing ever again in life for
This
her.
dude never calls for anybody's job.
I love
wild.
Shawnee O'Neal up until this last episode because normally I think as a boss
You
and
see her
as a
true colors
manager,
now, huh?
you should always take the higher road. Like,
She trying to mix it up too. She just trying to be involved. Because she's
The
never
show is
really
about the low
problematic.
road.
She
And now
never is,
She's
but-
trying it now. I think she's trying to okay, we got to spice it up a
She
little
realized
bit.
that
What-
she's not being as controversial anymore. So she's even though she runs the
They
show,
lose ratings.
her storyline is
She don't need to be on the
It's
show
building
no
up her
more.
storyline because see, everybody loves a villain.
Well,
If you don't have a villain in every show,
and they're all villains. All of them are villains.
Yeah.
every single one.
but
so you'll be watching the next season.
I will never watch that.
So
that
you're not gonna watch the
franchise ever again.
reunion show.
I'm not gonna watch Reunion. This was my last
So-
season. That was my last scene in the
Lies.
season. I'm telling you, in the words of Tamar Braxton, this is my last season and scene. I'm done.
What are you dying tomorrow or something?
I would never. I was just so. And to me, everybody know I like a good some good drama, but I do not like to see I don't like to see beautiful women fight. I just can't do it.
So you want to see two not so attractive women?
Yeah, I
fight?
can deal with that. Maybe a titty and a vagina showing or something. But I don't want to see. I mean, beautiful faces getting messed up. She always hit that woman
I can
for the
always.
table.
I don't mind seeing a good boob here and there. You know, from
That's
a pretty
different,
girl.
yeah, that-
You know, so I'm
A
not.
boob is a boob. You can be ugly. If your boob's gonna
Nah, because I'm not even looking no more if you ugly. I'm not even interested no more.
be nice. Pretty girls with ugly boobs. Yeah, that's a mess.
Yeah, that could be. But I mean, it just
Shout out to New York.
yeah, really, unless they're raisins.
What about what about a pretty girl with an ugly vagina? Sorry.
I don't.
Have you met a cute one?
I don't like.
Vaginas are beautiful.
I don't like the big boobs.
You don't like the big boobs?
No, not just oversized.
So
What do you call big?
Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying.
Watermelon. Didn't mean nobody can talk about Aretha.
Yeah.
We talk about.
Why you can't talk about Aretha? Because she gone?
She just died.
Oh, come
Rita
on.
Rita lives on.
We won't respect the queen, but
We
still,
respect
but those
the
are the kind
queen,
of
but
boobs
if-
I'm talking about, though.
If
yeah.
you go
It's just-
back to the 70s, you see
I don't
Aretha,
mind a big boob job.
Aretha
big
was.
boobs,
Yeah.
She always had long boobs.
I
though.
like natural, regular size. You know,
Would
they can
be
be
natural.
What's
regular
regular size?
They kind of fit you the normal size. Normal size.
So we talking about A, B.
Proportional size.
Yeah, proportional.
Proportional
Yeah,
size.
because
Okay,
when
okay.
it gets a little bigger than your body.
But Dolly Parton looks nice, and she got
It's
a
just
really
a
big
lot.
one.
I don't know what she look like now. She's 70.
As a matter of fact, with a small girl, like with really big, it's like, man, it looks kind of like off.
Oop.
It looks really off.
There's a
to
little
me.
myth
It's
that
to
like
me.
big butt, small boobs, big boobs, no butt. Like there's always a little ratio.
Yeah.
It's true. That's why the girls with both, they be like, they look so extra, right?
Yeah. But, I mean,
The oversized ones, you kind of like those. I don't mind you liking them. I'm just saying.
no.
it
Me
looks-
personally, I my feelings not going to change. I like bigger breasts.
Yeah, I mean, when they're big, like when the big
Now-
breast is like a tube, right? It's like a tube.
No.
I mean, like udders.
They're like a tube, and it's like
We talking about top heavy.
You guys are talking about old titties.
Yeah, you talking about saggy titties.
No, young girls with big boob, like big.
No, they still got some perkiness to them. What are you talking about?
My cousin was 16 and she had
When
a
they're
boob
big,
job.
they're just
like
big.
she
She
had
had a
to get a
boob job.
reduction
A reduction.
big.
because her back was hurting.
Oh, okay, I can
It was
understand
just
that.
Too much for her frame. Like I think they were just causing her to hunch.
Aw.
Those were humongous boobs.
Okay, so how about the girls with the smaller ones? They're just small.
Nip nips.
You like those? I ain't talking about flat. I'm talking about just small.
I'm just like Jada Pickett. Jada Pickett is hot. Her boobs
She looks like she might be
Flat
flat.
enough, you don't need a
Yeah, but I
bra.
think
Yeah,
she's
it
still
depends.
Not that flat. That's West.
That's too
got
much.
Jada,
Yeah.
Nah.
Jada don't need a
You
bra.
got Sierra, Aaliyah.
Sierra don't need a bra. They were
Yeah.
hot.
See, that's where I must be right there.
Nah.
Little like bean bags.
Little titty committee. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing but the itty bitty to me. It's kitties.
Little titty committee.
About the way the two iPhones, right?
Well, you see, I like a bigger iPhone, right?
Well, I don't know how we changed from basketball wives to boobs, but
Because women, boobs, wives.
But anyway, I'm done with that franchise. If you agree with me, salute.
So
Shawnee
Shawnee wanted to
franchise?
come on the show. You would not invite her?
I would change my thought and I would say I never said that.
Here go DT on him, Donald Trump, baby. They lying on me.
No,
It's fake
never said
news.
that. No.
It's fake news.
Shawnee, I invite you on this show if you're listening.
And then they play
You
the
know.
tape, and you be like, "Man, I'm telling you."
That was not me.
lied
Arnold
on me.
Austin was filling in. Yo, of course, we would be remiss if we don't talk about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Come on, we got to talk about that knot on the
All
eye.
right, so what happened?
So, to
We're
me,
not going to talk about that.
First of all,
Not today.
not today.
Not today.
Not today. Can I say this? Everybody know that I like Nicki, but I absolutely love Cardi B.
Okay, hold on.
But
Why not?
stop it. That's enough.
So
I just want to
So I'm gonna tell what happened. So
what happened.
they were at the Hopper Bazaar fashion
New York Fashion Week.
Premier Fashion Week in New York. Hopper Bazaar had a party. Now they both dressed in these beautiful gowns. Apparently, Cardi B. No, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Nicki Minaj liked a Twitter. Liked a Twitter response that said that Cardi B was a bad parent. She liked it. She did not say it. She liked it. Cardi B got upset. Said, enough is enough
Right,
now.
you subbing me, right? She felt like she was subliminally throwing shots.
Throwing shots. So Cardi B said, I've been biting my tongue for all these years. Right now, this is it. Unfortunately, why would Cardi
As soon
B?
as Cardi B saw her,
She said,
she said, "Bring your ass over here."
she was trying to get to her. Of course, Nicki Minaj played. What are you talking about, sweet?
And her security jumped in the way.
And Nicki stayed there unbothered.
Hold up.
unbothered.
Time out. How long has anybody known about Cardi B?
A year and a half.
18 months, you said? 18 months? So how?
I would say 3 years.
No.
4 years.
3-4 years.
3-4 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she been
But-
doing her thing.
hold
Since
up.
the housewives.
That-
I mean,
if
hip-hop.
you watch Ratchet TV, you know
Love and
about
Hip Hop
her.
New York.
True. And on the gram,
but if you don't watch that, you don't know about
she's
her.
popping on Instagram.
Well, you know her now.
Now,
Everybody
knows her now.
Yes, Bodak Yellow. Is,
But Instagram, she was popping on Instagram. I mean, you might have followed on Instagram or on the reality shows.
I never
Instagram before Love and Hip Hop New York. That's how she got Love and Hip Hop, because her Instagram.
Her
followers.
Instagram's popping, yeah.
And her Instagram was because she's a stripper, and she get naked and she
You might know from that life.
I'm in love
So
with a
I want to get to the
stripper.
heart. I know we're gonna talk about. They did get into a scuffle. They didn't really put
No,
hands on each
actually,
other.
it didn't get to a scuffle. What happened was because again, Nicki Minaj sat there unbothered. She was like, she can't get near me.
Her security pushed her back. They
Security.
covered her.
They had already discussed what was going to happen if they because Cardi B made these whole accusations like she's going to get to her, so they knew they were going to be there. Nicki had a wonderful, organized team, well put together.
Yeah.
And so they nicely
Top flight security.
as Cardi B tried to get closer to the table.
She didn't bring it.
Of the world, Craig.
She threw her
Of the
shoe over
world.
there.
But that wasn't the thing. The girl from Love and Hip Hop New York, what's her name? Ra, I get her name. She's like a Lee, a shoe
Rashida
salesman.
Ali.
Yeah, she's a shoe salesman in New York, and and Love and Hip Hop New York. Who got into a lot of fights with. She got in a fight with Sky. She got in a fight with. She whipped Sky ass on that red carpet.
Okay,
that was
so go
sad.
And
Anyway,
Rocky Thunder.
She ended up trying to attack Cardi B
Really?
and trying to take up for Nicki Minaj.
Really?
So, anyway, Cardi B ended up leaving with a knot on her eye because the security accidentally bowed her. What I want to say about this whole situation is I understand Cardi B's gripe because Nicki Minaj has been throwing a lot of shade and a lot of statements towards her. But Nicki knows the right time to do this. She would never, at a Harper Bazaar event, was the wrong place and wrong time. And to me, Cardi B was winning the whole time by just keeping her mouth shut and just she's jealous. But she
true.
just really messed her
said
brand.
that she had been talking, sly about her, and she let it go for
a long time. Exactly.
Because she's the hottest female rapper out right now. Nicki is. She's
Exactly.
hotter than
And
Nicki is.
and Nicki has
career.
But Nicki recently has been trolling and bullying a lot of people though.
She is. She's
But Nicki is doing what she's supposed to do to stay on top.
Stay relevant. On relevant.
No, she's on top.
To keep her name.
She's on top.
She's not on top.
She's on top.
She's still on top. Just like
she's still on top.
It's like Beyonce had nothing out, but she's still on top.
No, but Nick, you got to think.
Nicki
is putting. Even though her album, a lot of people say it sucked. I didn't listen to it.
It's lackluster.
But what I'm saying is this. For somebody to put out one album, and make 4 remakes of it.
She has 2 albums.
Well, now 2.
She has 2 albums. And they're
Because-
fire. They're her albums are kind of hot.
Yeah, so people like them, and she makes songs. She's featured on everybody's track.
She got an audience. She got some nice. Her features to me are better than her records.
Exactly.
Well, most rappers' features are better than their records.
I don't get it.
I just think that Nicki just tried too hard to stay relevant.
Exactly.
But I don't think she's trying to stay relevant. I think she's trying to stay on top because when you have the crown, everybody's gunning for you,
But
right?
not only that, Dave, you keep saying she's on top.
Who you?
We saying that
Cardi B is on top
we
right
saying
now.
Cardi B really is on.
She's on top.
She's
right
hot right now.
Musically.
She's a hot minute, but we don't know how long that's gonna last.
That's true. Nicki does have staying power.
Well, hold on.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Her album was really nice after
one,
Bodak
yeah.
Yellow. That album she dropped
Be
was
careful
really
with
nice.
me.
So
That's my jam.
she proved something with that record. Now if she can do it again.
And she got a couple songs that everybody's listening to right now.
So she's definitely not a one-hit wonder. We have to get Cardi B that.
She got
Cardi
three
B
songs.
is
She
not
got
a
3 or 4
one-hit wonder.
Facts.
But we got to see what the sophomore album does.
This was the sophomore album.
No, that was the first one.
No, she had a
that was her
mixtape.
First one was
She had a mixtape.
Yeah, but it's not an album.
It's
First
not an
one
album.
was- First one was Bodak Yellow, right?
That was a song.
No, that's the whole album.
No, that's a mixtape.
That was on an album.
That was an
That was
album.
on an album. That was the
And
first
then
album.
the second one is the
second
one now.
album is I forget what's
I don't know
First
about
one
that.
You sure about
Yeah,
that?
this is her second. This is her third album, actually. This is her third album.
2 albums on a mixtape.
Okay.
So I think you definitely Cardi B.
All right, so listen, can we cut to the chase real quick? Honestly, I mean, all due respect to my queen over here, sister queen right here. Which one of them would y'all want to smash?
Nicki Minaj.
Cardi.
Jacob, too, you too.
Cardi.
Cardi.
You would smash Cardi?
Yeah, Cardi.
over Nicki, yeah.
Yeah.
You on
Nicki,
Team
really?
Nicki?
Now, who would I hang out with?
I think-
Nicki. Who would I smash after the club? Cardi.
I think Cardi too.
Yeah, I'm smashing Cardi.
Well, I'm a reason why I wouldn't say because I'm a real
She what?
Cardi B.
Yeah.
No, I love
Both of them kind of annoying, but I think I don't know because Nikki was just on. She was just on. Was that Ellen or something like that?
Yeah.
And then she did say. The dude, whoever she's messing with, got to be able to smash her at least 3 times a day.
Nikki said it.
Yeah, and she even says it in her song.
But look at this,
and
though.
she says it in her song, and it says it has to be within a half hour apart.
But you know what disgusts me about Cardi B though?
She ain't fucking an old dude. She fucking some little young dude.
if you look at Cardi B, if you go back to even Love and Hip Hop New York or go back to her Instagram stuff, she did a lot of like gassy videos and stuff, and to me that's disgusting. So that's the reason why I can't. Cardi B, she likes to pass gas and digging her nose and stuff.
She's being herself.
Yeah.
She being natural, yeah.
Women shouldn't do that unless you've been married to him.
That's a fucking lie.
Unless
Women
you've been
do
married-
it all the damn time.
Not in public unless you've been married to him for 20 years.
No, man, but
So
Nikki looks
I'd
fake.
rather somebody real.
Nikki
That's
looks
why I said
fake to
Cardi.
me.
Nikki is fake.
Like her
She's
face, her butt, her breasts, all looks fake.
Too big, and
face is-
now
And then when Meek Mill was talking,
show about to be like.
and when Meek Mill was talking about her butt deflated or something like that,
Ooh, Lord.
like they couldn't even have sex for like 4 weeks. or
Oh,
6
he
weeks.
just mad. He just.
He might have been
scored.
mad telling that because you ain't supposed to come on and hate on her like
you don't
that.
see-
You ain't supposed to be like no
You
bitch.
don't see
and tell her.
Safari saying nothing. Safari be like, "Yo, I hit it. It's good. It's good. I'll hit it again."
Cause this nigga is slinging his dick around on motherfucking internet.
Safari is
He trying to make his own way.
Safari. I hope he.
But he
doesn't.
He can't with the music, I guess. Right?
I just hope that he don't.
But Cardi way more funny than Nicki though. I
you
promise
see,
that.
you seen
You
the
think
pictures?
Cardi is funnier than Nicki? Yeah, because I
Did-
think
was you
Nicki is trying to be
was
a
you
boss.
pleased with the pictures?
Don't
Was
ask
I
her. Her
pleased with the
husband's right
pictures?
Yeah, from Safari.
You seen one, you see them all. I mean,
Okay.
Good answer for a married woman. Yo, but I hope he didn't do it to Lyrica. But anyway, moving on about that.
Why not?
Moving on to that because A1
Lyrica
is
is-
a nice guy. A1's wife.
Oh.
But anyway,
Soon to be ex.
people are really upset about this Cardi and Nicki. Like they're arguing online.
They are
like, someone,
arguing. It's
Someone
like,
got
really-
low key mad at me like
I
the other
didn't
day
know-
because I was just like,
It's dumb.
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, but I didn't even know Nicki had a podcast, and then she came
Yes.
out on her podcast.
She did that before she came out with her album. She was cultivating that podcast.
well,
And so she just
it's
came out with a
it's called
podcast.
Queens. It's called Queens.
Queen Bee or something.
No, it's called Queens. I forgot,
Can't
but
remember.
T.S. Madison is on it. Is one
Yeah.
of the hosts on that show. T.S.
But literally,
Madison,
people was like, "Oh, you talk about my kid, I'm gonna show up and punch you in the head." And some people were like, "Oh, that's not classy. You don't do that there. You catch her in the street." And then some people were like, "Well, you say on site, so when it's on site, it's wherever
But
it is."
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, I respect Cardi for doing it, right?
I don't.
For the simple fact of it is, right?
you got to know where to.
No, it's a time and a
no.
place. It's never a time and a place because you may not see that person again.
Well, then
and you
it's
know what I'm
not
saying?
important
Any place you see that person, you know it's gonna be other people around who's gonna be able to stop it, right?
Just like that was. So
Yeah.
that looked like a play. She knew good and god daggone well she wasn't going to get close to Nicki in order to do anything.
Now
to
she
her.
could have.
Now, she coulda-
To me,
if she
really
walked up-
wanted-
If she did it, she didn't do it right, but-
if she really wanted to do it, she could be like, "Oh my God, that's Nicki." Just the
They
way,
already
just the way
knew,
Rod
though.
did
You
Sky.
saw- they
the
had
way
the little-
the way Rod did Sky. You saw
Right.
when Rod did. She
Right.
said, "Oh, that's Sky."
Right, she thought
Sky,
she
come
let
here,
it
give me
go.
a hug, girl.
That's how you do it. You let them get comfortable. You be quiet.
Oh, for real? That happened for real?
On
Oh,
the red
yeah.
carpet, she
Oh,
said.
yeah.
She said, "Oh, that's because Sky beat her up on Love and Hip."
No, that was Black Ink.
Ink. So then she said when she thought that was a year.
She was like,
ago.
"Hey, girl, hey!"
She said, "Oh my God, that's Sky."
And
goes,
she
"You
came
know it."
toward her to hug her.
and she said, "Come here, that's Sky. Give me a hug." She got close to her. She grabbed her by her head. And just, I was.
Oh,
like,
for real?
it was
On the red
hilarious.
carpet.
Messed up her
What
clothes.
show was this on?
This was a red carpet in the event.
No,
But
so
the
they wasn't
show
a
they're
record.
on
was
is
not on the
Black
show.
Ink. Is the show that they're on that spawned
No,
the-
but Ra was on
She was
Love and
She was
Hip,
Love and Hip Hop
New York, right?
But
But-
when she got beat
But
up.
but
was
Sky was on Black Ink.
You don't know Ra? Ra was. She's on Love and Hip Hop New York. She owned a shoe line.
Yeah,
She
I
was-
don't know
Rashida
who she
Ali.
is.
Rashida Ali. But anyway, she nicely went to Sky. She got her over to come over. She thought everything was good, and she beat the hell out of Sky on a red carpet. But that's how Cardi B should have did Nicki, because she should have been like, I'm such a huge fan of Nikki's. I'm not gonna let her get to me. And she got close. I just want to make amends. And Nikki would have been like looking stupid. I gotta do something. Then when she should have grabbed her by her
Could have
pink
let
hair.
her come on her podcast.
Right.
I'd have been just
And
quiet.
beat her ass
sweet.
on the. Yeah, you gotta know how to do it.
Oh, and for the record, I was right. This is private invasion of privacy is Cardi B's only studio album.
No, the other ones were mixtapes.
That's what I was trying to tell y'all. That's what I said. It wasn't an album.
I agreed with you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, you'll be all right. Nobody died. So
If they did, what can we do about it?
nobody got a knot on their head. Anyway,
You're not gonna do that to Cardi B,
my solo
okay?
moment goes to Cardi B with the knot. Poor thing. Pick your time and a place.
It's-
I didn't like she had that knot on her head. Yeah, that
It's
was
not
messed
a
up.
problem right now. I'm just saying, you know.
It's
what I'm
not a
saying?
problem. That was funny. That was funny. Yo, of course, moving on. Omarosa has been really doing a lot, but this time it's not just her back in the media. So she was engaged to the guy from the Green Mile.
Michael Clark Duncan before he
Well,
passed away.
Right before he passed away. So
Really?
Yeah.
Omarosa
before
was
his-
engaged.
So y'all didn't know that?
No, I didn't know he was engaged to her.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, her family, it came out because right now she kind of like coerced him, they said, in order to taking all his money. And like she's controlling all his money. And then, after he died, she said that everybody's coming to her saying that they need money. And then his sister said that she only asked Omarosa for a monthly stipend to take care of his mother who has Alzheimer's. And it was noted that a lot of close family friends said that Omarosa, he was really breaking up with her before his demise. And as he was dying, before he got sick, they were supposed to break up. But Omarosa, as he got sick, she tried to act he
Get
went to the
closer,
wife.
right? Support him, right?
I don't
Right.
believe that.
He was this is the thing. The mother confirmed that when he told her that I forgot what the mother confirmed that when she went to
The mother with the Alzheimer's, right? She confirmed it, right?
the mother and the sister said that at the hospital that she went to them. She
The
said,
mother and the sister
the mother and the sisters
with Alzheimer's.
I'm just saying what the news is saying. So they asked her was they engaged. She never showed them a ring, but showed them a picture of the ring. So
She pawned the ring.
So it's like really confusing if they really were engaged.
Yeah, but first of all, if they weren't married, I don't see how his money could have gotten turned over to her. Why would he sign something and sign his?
Because Omarosa is very manipulative, and she knew what she was doing. She got the total
if he was
control of
signing
his
anything,
money.
he should have been signing his family, and that's just dumb. I don't believe it. It's a
Yeah,
bad story.
I don't believe that either.
Yeah,
Well, how did she get all the money?
she didn't.
I don't think she has all the
Story.
money.
He was worth like $80 million when he died.
No, he's not.
He was worth some millions,
Maybe 8 million.
maybe 8 or 10. He made a lot of
No,
money.
he
off
might have
that
been
money.
worth
He made
20
some
million,
good
maybe.
movies.
He made some good movies.
Great movie.
But she's made some good business moves.
Well, her book, she's like got the top selling book out now, and I admit,
Well, it was until Bob Woodward's book came out. Bob Woodward,
oh,
Yes. That came out today.
Fear.
Yeah.
Yep, Fear.
I mean,
and it's based on
they had
what's
pre-ordered
going
that.
on in the White House.
He had like 1 million pre-orders. So yeah.
Yeah. 7 printings already.
So he's gonna actually be on the bestsellers list. You know?
He already. You're right.
Well, I mean, for this book right here, Fear.
I'm actually going to get this book. I didn't get a lot of them and read them. Like I didn't read. What was the one that came out about Trump before?
You know what?
Unhinged?
I got none of
Wolf.
them.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it doesn't even really matter to me.
Yeah. I'm saying I didn't
I'm
get
not-
them either. But
I'm-
this one,
I'm
I'm
not-
actually going to get this book though.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep the same energy and not get this one either.
and I stand corrected. Mark Duncan was worth $18 million, not $8
Michael Clark Duncan.
Michael Clark Duncan. Hey, I said 20 million, so I guess okay. He's about 20
I
million.
said Mike
I said
Duncan.
Mark.
I said Mike.
Michael
You said
Clark.
Mark. Rewind the tape,
said
Jacob.
Mike.
Yeah, Michael Clark Duncan. He was actually an interesting actor, like because of his size, because of his skill set. He actually could have made a lot of different unique roles. You know, I would have liked to see him do some more movies.
And didn't he play in Planet of the Apes?
Did he? No,
Yeah.
he did.
Yes,
not.
he did.
No,
Yes, he did.
I don't think so.
he
No.
did.
he did Green. He did Green
Green
Mile.
How could you tell who was
Oh.
who? Stop.
He did.
And it was-
I'm gonna pull it up.
I don't think he was in there.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so I hope that's not true. I hope she didn't steal all that man's money and not helping his
Absolutely, I don't
family
think
out.
so either. I don't think so.
But the funny thing is, he died a year later. She was engaged to who she's married to now. So that was kind of weird.
Is she married now?
She's married now.
A lot of people did that within a year. They who did that? Somebody just did that.
He was in Planet of the Apes, the movie that came out in 2001. He was, like I said.
Okay, he's worth about $18 million. All right.
Okay, you right.
Shout out to Michael Clark Duncan. He was a good actor.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yes,
Salute
sir,
one
boss.
goes to him.
Yes, sir.
Tito done drank all his
That's a
drink.
classic,
Good Lord. Tito, it's a drinker, boy. That's right.
The Green Mile?
Green Mile. Which one is more classic or better to you? Shawshank Redemption or Green Mile?
Definitely the Green Mile.
I think Shawshank.
Shawshank.
I didn't
probably.
like Shawshank.
I like Shawshank.
That was a great movie.
Green Mile was just awesome. Come on.
Green
now.
Mile was awesome though,
It was
man.
good too, but-
It was.
I can watch
They
that
actually
over
very
and over
close.
again.
But my thing is this: why he got to grab the balls to make them heal him?
Yeah. The man couldn't pee.
But why he had to grab the white man's balls so he could pee? I'm
Why
just
Shawshank
saying.
have
that
all
was
them
where it
rape
was
scenes?
He
Everybody be
kissed
getting
the
raped.
white woman so she can get the cancer out of her. So you
That
ain't
was where,
saying that
that was
problem
where he
with
was
that.
inflicted. If you touched the wound.
Inflicted. Well, that's a good word.
Damn, this dude about to spill his drink. We drinking ours,
break.
and he's spilling it. Let's
I
go
did-
to a break.
I did have another hot topic, but we can go to a break.
No, go ahead. Go on to your hot topic.
I forgot what it was.
Never
man.
mind.
I forgot what it was now.
You acting like Chitty now.
Yo, we'll be right back with some law. Give us a call at 202-656-1BAR.
and they were just making a lot of conversation that they could build off of.
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. You're tuning into the open bar.
Salud.
Of course, we're sipping on the Hurricane Flow, made with our choice of vodka, along with a splash of ginger beer, pineapple juice, and a tiny bit of lemon juice. Definitely a great smooth drink.
For sure.
Keep you warm. I'm doing the.
We had to
Hurricane.
refresh our drinks.
Right. Yo, everybody, don't forget to
Keep
check
the
our
party
shirts
going.
out. Tito was rocking his shirt today. You can order these shirts online at openbartuesdays@gmail.com. Part of the proceeds to benefit local charities. So definitely support the cause.
Tito,
Be the
that
boss.
shirt looks good on you, buddy.
It looks great. Dave was rocking a hat.
Bar.
Yeah, it's a mess. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page at WLVS Radio. You can see all the shows that Listen Vision has to offer. Not only this great show, but the other shows that's trying to be just as good as this one, but there is no, I'm just kidding. But anyway, definitely subscribe
We are second to none.
to the YouTube at WLVS Radio. Yo, Tito. Yes, sir. What's on your mind? So, of course, recently, the white lady shot the young
Why
man.
it got to be just the white lady? Why
Okay,
can't
I'm
it be
sorry.
the police officer?
The police officer shot the young man in the apartment complex in Dallas. Dallas. She thought that was her apartment. Correct. So I recently heard that she got she didn't get manslaughter.
Charged with manslaughter.
She got charged with manslaughter, but everybody wanted her to get what?
Murder.
Murder.
charge,
So what's the difference between manslaughter and murder?
Well, here's what the district attorney said in that case. Because the case was handled, tried to be independently handled by a different agency other than the Dallas Police Department.
Right.
So they used the Texas Rangers to go ahead and investigate. And what they did to get a warrant, they charged her with manslaughter to get the warrant to arrest her.
Okay.
Now, there was a little time between when it occurred and when she
2
was arrested.
days.
Yeah, there was, but an arrest doesn't start until there's an arrest warrant. So they got the warrant for manslaughter, and the DA has that and has arrested for that. And she's on bail now for I think $300,000 bail.
Yeah.
But the DA still has it. Case isn't. She's not done being charged yet.
Because the grand jury has.
Yeah, the grand jury has a case now. So the district attorney there said Texas Rangers did their job to get an arrest, and now we're going to put it before the grand jury to see if this supports a murder charge.
But how in the world can she? I mean, like, can pledge to say not guilty?
The difference between manslaughter and murder is an intentional killing. Manslaughter can be a reckless killing,
And
or
and
not
it depends on what state it's in, right? Of how much time you can possibly get
Correct.
for each one. Because sometimes manslaughter, you probably can get more time than you can for a murder. In
Well,
some
no,
cases.
usually not, but
Or just as much, should I
It's
say.
it's not much less, but you know,
Yeah.
it's still considered pretty serious, but it's not as serious as murder because murder it has
And
intent to kill. Whereas manslaughter
means malice in some way.
Correct.
So the two different categories basically give the judge different leeway, right? Because like he might have like a minimum with murder versus with manslaughter, he might can give you less time, right? Or,
Well,
or
there's
more
probably
range.
less time involved, but they both probably still involve life as a maximum.
Yeah, but I mean, but the judge has some range with each one, right?
Well, it depends on the fact situation. It depends on the sentencing guidelines. It depends on what
Right,
what it
okay.
is. But they will have a range of time.
The
that
judge
they get.
does, right? Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
But regardless, the family can do a civil suit.
Yeah,
Regardless, right?
the family can do a civil suit for wrongful death, and it's it's a different wholly separate.
But that's
from the
obvious, right? That's
criminal
obvious.
charge.
That's
It's like
no-brainer.
OJ. Yeah, and here the facts are that she alleges, and nobody knows what she says, is that she walked into
She already admitted to that.
12 or 15 hour shift. She came home, parked on the wrong floor, went to the wrong door, tried to open it. She said the door was already
Open.
kind of open already, so that's why her key. She thought her key worked. She went inside, saw,
And she
didn't
thought
turn the
that
lights on, saw
somebody
someone
was in there.
inside, gave him directions. she says he didn't comply, so she shot him, thinking he was an intruder in her apartment. She turned the lights on and figured out it wasn't her apartment, and that's when she said she was wrong. Now, there's been reports that they knew each other, but there's been a picture circulating about him.
I think that's not a true picture, right?
It wasn't true. It wasn't a true picture. That was someone else. It
That
wasn't
was
her.
fake, right?
So they may or may not have known each other. They may have seen each other because they live in the same complex.
But
and not only that, they also said today that there are 2 witnesses that are counting a different story than what she gave, saying that they heard her knocking on the door,
and banging, saying open.
and if the door was open, why would you knock?
Right.
That's true.
No, absolutely. And but again, I want to just explore just for a minute the whole idea of, I don't care how tired you are. You know what I'm saying? It's just you don't walk into the wrong apartment.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
and even if you went to the wrong door, at that point you would recognize it. Or if the door opened, as soon as it opened, you would recognize your apartment.
Your own
has
place.
Your place has a scent to it. It has a feel to it. You know, even in the dark, even at the long shift, you know what I'm saying? You know whether you're in home or not, right?
All right. Hold on.
Right.
Now, I'm just gonna play a little devil's advocate here.
It's happened
right?
before.
I mean, how many of us have been so drunk we got home,
Never.
and we don't know how we even got home?
Oh yeah, that's true.
People say that all the time. They may not know how they got home, but they don't remember all the details, and that could be true, right? You don't remember how you got home, but
she just got off of work and the police.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But if you seen her mugshot, she looked like she was on some type of drugs anyway.
But my thing is that again, right? Not only are you an individual who has you're cognitive. If you have no drugs on you and you're working, you might be really tired. But a regular person should know their own apartment.
That's true.
A police officer, especially,
they should know their own apartment.
Their own apartment. I mean, the floor looks different. Even if the floor is identical, it looks different. The 3rd floor just doesn't look like the 4th floor.
But they had accusations that she had been involved in a prior shooting a couple of years.
Like 2 years. But she only been on force for 4 years, and 2 years in, she shot somebody. But I don't want to get in there because I think that's why they try to muddy this up and figure all these ways to give her different alibis and stuff. Like, no, listen, how do you go into the wrong apartment? And this is my other thing is police training, right?
Why do you guys shoot?
If you give somebody, you give somebody a command, and first it's dark, you don't know what they're doing, and you're in the wrong apartment.
Turn the lights on. If you feel it's your house, you know where the light switch is at.
Turn it on, yeah. And it's just,
and
this doesn't make sense.
By the door.
Yeah, it's probably right by the door. I'm just saying.
There's
know.
There's something a little fishy there.
And then I don't think the lights was out. How did she shoot directly in the chest?
No, she shot him in the torso, which is in the stomach.
2 shots.
Still.
She fired
and
2 shots and one
hit
hit him in the stomach.
No,
Wow.
the lights probably was already on, and she just saw that man and got scared.
But,
She didn't immediately
but
call
my thing is,
911.
you shouldn't have
She
even
didn't.
been.
She didn't immediately call 911.
No, she started administering aid.
She should not have been in his apartment.
Not at all.
Period, man.
And that's the thing about this. Like, why was she there? Like, what happened?
And that's what
It's a
she
big
got to be
question.
honest about. She's got to be honest about that, man. Woman, come on, man.
Yeah, but
I don't care how tired
there's
you
no
are.
justification.
But you gotta understand, regardless of anything, her life is on the line right now. Her livelihood is on the line right now.
Need to be.
No. What I'm just saying, her life and her livelihood is on the line
job is
right
over
now.
with, but go ahead.
What I'm
The
saying
job
is that
definitely over with.
from her defense, right? She's not gonna put herself in jeopardy and say that, she did this intentionally.
Well, of course she's not gonna say that, but here's my thing is that it's indefensible because
I'm not disputing
you're
that.
an officer, a professional trained officer, and you're out stopping people for this 15-hour shift. You that tired where you can't pick again. This is your house. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
Your floor.
You should know it.
It's just so. My thing is, ma'am, just be honest. Tell us what happened. You and this guy had something. He was gonna put the pictures out. Or what I'm saying, whatever was gonna happen.
That's
man.
what you think. You think something?
And she
No, she came on to him. He wouldn't give her none.
But whatever happened, she decided it's bad enough that I need to
Shoot him.
get rid of him.
Wow.
I mean, it's
It almost make you not want to date a cop.
and it almost feels like it's not racial. It almost feels like unless it's her wanting
Domestic.
to hide something from her family.
Domestic.
Domestic.
Right.
That's what it feels like.
So everybody here, you think there was more to the story than we know?
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely. I
It
think
wasn't that
everybody.
because I'm thinking she was just tired and
I could never walk in somebody else's
No,
apartment,
man. Come on, man. And you.
see in this whole
and
thing.
first
I've
of all,
tried my keys in the wrong car door.
That's what I'm about to say. I've done
about
the wrong
as much
car.
As I've done.
I've done the wrong
I've
car,
never
but I'm not in the apartment.
walked into the next door neighbor house.
You mean put the wrong key into
Yeah,
the...
I've literally
I've
went to a
walked into
car
someone
and
else's
tried to try that. I'm like, this is
Now
not
I've done
my
that.
house.
I've done that
I
at a
understand
hotel.
all that.
I've done that at a hotel. Put my wrong key in a hotel before. I'm not gonna lie.
But
I've
it's somewhere
done
that
that.
you live.
but you don't live at a
Exactly.
hotel.
See, the hotel would make more sense about her being, not knowing where she was at.
Right. This her home.
This is where you go every day.
And why do you have to draw your weapon at every given stance? I
They
mean,
scared.
As a trained.
Lawyer.
I understand you're trained for something, but you're not also trained to kill somebody.
it's almost
right, or unless
it's
unless
almost
those
to
policies
me-
have changed.
It's almost to me, unless you've been working on the force for like 10 years or more. When you get off of work, you need to leave your gun at you need to leave your gun in the daggone locker until you punch in tomorrow.
Hey, listen, but not even that, man. I always say this too about police, and I think it should be a general practice, man, and that is, if you're a police officer, you have to be ready to wrestle. You should be ready to scrap with somebody, right? Physically, right?
Man, hold up.
Like
These dudes on the street don't fight no more. Why do you think a police officer gonna fight now?
Well, the issue won't because if you do,
Everybody ain't got a gun. I mean,
if you do, because you have a gun on you and they can grab your gun during the wrestling and then you're done.
Yeah.
Right.
So you want to stay as far away into the diffuse situation as possible, but the deadly force should be the first option. The taser should be the first option.
Right.
If anything.
Absolutely.
But she even if she thought that she was right, it was still
wrong.
a big mistake
Yeah.
of fact that it was just reckless. Then she can't get around. At the very least, it'll be manslaughter. Like I said,
so she's definitely not going to be a police officer again, right?
No, she's definitely going to jail.
Right.
Murder involves a premeditation and intent to kill. This, from what these facts so far, and I'm not sure if they're true or not, this sounds more like manslaughter is probably the more appropriate charge because she didn't intend to kill him, but she thought she was an assailant, but her belief was not reasonable.
Absolutely.
She was in the wrong place. So that makes it murder.
And she has the badge to hide
So
behind.
my thing is this
She has
though.
the badge to hide
Can
behind.
they? Well, wouldn't it be right if they took away the manslaughter charger with first and second degree murder?
I'm not sure what degrees they have in Dallas, but they probably would charge with everything.
Wow.
And then
So they can get a conviction all around, right? If they were smart, right? Wow. If the prosecutor was smart.
Well, if the grand jury returns a bill saying that she's gonna cause that she may have murdered him, so it may include murder one and
That's good. At least she's gonna go to jail, man. She needs to. I mean, I just think, man, as a police officer, making this mistake, wrong house, wrong place. There's no way.
Yo, we were just blessed in the place with Commissioner Crawford. Just walked in the building. Come get in the camera. Come get in the camera. Come sit beside Pastor.
Oh hell with that girl powers.
Wait a minute. The women are
Women
now.
rock.
It's not the future. Women are now.
Y'all going too bad. So,
Not.
Commissioner Crawford, what do you think about the whole Dallas situation?
It's hard to buy that it was just a case of mistaken home.
Yeah, we're not buying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier to buy mistaken identity compared to mistaken home, right?
Mistaken home on top of a murder. I mean,
So you think they were fucking? Sorry. Sorry to put you on the spot, Dr. Commissioner.
But I'm not into the speculations.
Come close to the pastor so the audience can see you.
People living that close together, you never know what type of domestic. It is considered domestic because, even if they were just neighbors, they were neighbors nonetheless.
Yeah.
Right. They knew each other.
There are some. It is a domestic.
And my thing is this, right?
The domestic implies that there's a special relationship.
Right.
Yeah, but
domestic implies close living quarters or living closely together.
Right.
Not by
They're
most
neighbors.
states. You need to have a relationship.
No, but my
connection
thing is this, right?
Doesn't mean close.
You don't know
Right.
the
It's an
safety of
implied
your own
relationship.
building.
It's an implied relationship based on the living proximity.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, you don't know the safety of your own building. You as a police officer, are you moving to a certain neighborhood where you would think somebody would invade your property?
was it?
Well, it's not about that. It's
No,
about,
I'm just saying. No, if you would think, as a police officer, in certain neighborhoods, you're not gonna move because of the circumstances that you would have to go through every day, and you may have to draw your weapon at any given time. Whereas you're coming home, you want to feel safe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not drawing your weapon, when you're coming in the door.
Well, first of all, they live about 3 blocks away from the police station, so that area is probably pretty safe. And according to her, it was just a mistake that she thought she was the wrong apartment and thought it was an intruder in her apartment until she turned the lights on and realized it wasn't her apartment.
Again,
the question still remains: is even if it's a mistaken home, how does she get in? I mean, do you just
They
the door
said
was unlocked?
they said
the
that, no.
door
They said
was slightly open, and when she put
see,
a key
that's
in the
not
lock,
what
it
I
opened,
thought they
pushed
said.
open.
I
So
thought they
that's the
said
part
that he heard her messing with the door. He came and opened the door.
Well, today, like I
I
said,
didn't get the full details. on
before
that.
you came in,
That's a part that needs more answers. The part, how she got
more
inside.
more questions to the part of. Like,
But
how
if he left his door unlocked and got killed, man, that's cold blooded, right?
I mean, I'm curious
That
to
is
know, like, how,
and
like,
doubt.
They
where
said-
where is her door in comparison to
is
someone else's?
is apartment right up
Same place.
below.
So it's either one or two things. One, you're under the influence and you're carrying a weapon. Like, either way, she needs to go down for
No,
this.
she
There's no
definitely
way. Not manslaughter. I felt like there should have been a murder charge.
Oh, and shout out to Tariq Nasheed, right? He posted at for the police officers in this building. I guess you said it was 2 blocks from the police station.
3 blocks.
Maybe some other officers lived in the building. For these officers' apartments, they had a special electronic padlock on those doors, the officers' doors. So her door even opens, kind of
With her hand.
differently
than his.
than his. So.
Wow.
So,
that's
which to me
even more
would
than
suggest that she definitely was.
Some,
under
so there's
influence.
definitely more to the story.
Point blank, period. If you're living that close to someone, one, even if you're just neighbors,
You
it's
know her.
domestic. It's a domestic situation.
So this is the part we really want to ask Tito.
Legally, domestic implies a special relationship. You have to have either have had
should look that
sex,
up.
or have lived with someone,
'Cause I
or
think
be
that's-
related to them.
I think it's implied.
Oh, domestic. You have to
can't-
be sleeping or living.
You couldn't file a
I want to
domestic
ask the
order
attorney
against
How
Tito.
far away were the apartment buildings?
a floor.
No, they're living in
Floor.
the same building.
Same
That's
building.
what I'm saying. Living in the same building, period. For if you're longer than 6 months, you're in a domestic situation. You've seen that neighbor consistently before.
Well, we saying
You're in a
that- but
familiar
the- but the
situation,
ter-
but legally, it's not a domestic situation.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah.
Yeah. So, Tito, I just wonder, is there any case, like this one feels like one of those cases, you always wonder, is there any case where we don't have to have a trial?
Right. This should be.
Well,
No,
no.
There's no
no
case.
case.
There's without due First of all, that's a Donald Trump statement.
There's always
Because
gonna be
without,
due process.
without due process, the whole thing falls
okay,
apart.
I'm not saying without due
Okay.
process. I'm saying we ask her questions, but we like,
No.
we don't need 6 months.
Okay, Central Park 5.
You need due process because the fact that there are so many questions is going to determine the severity of the punishment.
Okay.
Right.
Right. And
Because
so,
she don't want to admit that she shot the man.
Well, she
So,
did
like,
that already. She admitted everything.
She admitted that, but she hasn't
She shot
admitted-
him. She admitted she was in the wrong
But
place.
the reasoning she hasn't admitted to, like we don't know.
And the thing about it is, you go to trials or you have due process for the simple fact that you want to get lesser time.
No,
than what
okay.
you,
So this is my point right here. So Tito, there are some defendants, right? There's some defendants that actually they will plead guilty to a lesser charge or plead guilty to whatever charge to say to not go to trial, basically, right? To say, like, just give me my time.
but that's over time.
because they know they're gonna get some time.
You're not gonna do that right up.
People enter plea agreements because there's a promise of lesser punishment.
You don't
And
think she
if
should
you
do
went
that?
to trial.
What if she did that? Could she do that?
That's what she's doing.
But
She
you
could.
do that after the fact. You don't do that right away.
I would.
then-
like, y'all,
and then-
how much time y'all gonna give me?
I think she's also trying to plead
I'm trying to
insanity.
get under 10 years.
I think she's trying to plead insanity.
that's not going to work.
You don't think insanity gonna work?
No.
That's why I agree
not
with
gonna
this.
plead
If
insanity,
you only
it's
been
not
working on the
She can
force for
try.
less than 10 years, you need to. At the end of the day, you need to put your gun in your locker, and when you punch in, get your gun.
No, they
when you
can't do
go
that
to
because
work.
officers actually run into people that they arrest, so they can't do that.
I'm going
Who?
to say this.
Officers run into people that they arrest, so they can't not be without their weapons. Actually, because people hold grudges. They be like, "That's the dude
That's
that."
a reality.
Well,
And
shit.
going- I mean,
you
and then
you
you're-
you arrest me. You got a gun. I don't have a gun. Shit.
Well, a retaliation.
Breaking the law.
I may not been breaking the law
What
though.
were you
But
saying?
if you're
Sharice?
going home and you're a woman, so here's the thing: just as a woman going home and you are in that line of work, you're there could be some kind of fear from cases or people that she has maybe put away or
Sure.
had cases with. So that is justifiable,
All
right?
officers, right.
But the thing is that there is based on just the nature of the work that I do, right? There have been opportunities where we sit in to expound upon definitions. And one of them, and I'm almost going to bank this was something. This was a domestic case. I continue to say that because there's a definition, and then there's expounded upon how do we redefine what this means to reality today. I mean, think about a lot of times when definitions are being made, it wasn't based on the times we're living in now. And so a lot of words, a lot of words are being added to the dictionary.
Right.
A lot of words are being expounded in the dictionary. So I'm just sharing that with you guys to say that we get a lot of reports based on living proximity alone, where there's perhaps stalkerism involved, but it's being defined. They're looking at classifying it as domestic. Is what
So
I'm saying.
I guess we basically saying that dingling can make you do some crazy things.
Well, first of all, y'all acting like, hold up. Y'all acting like she Denzel Washington in Training Day talking about, I'm putting cases on all you niggas out here.
I mean, her case might have been better if it were a situation where she was defending herself.
Yeah, that's true.
But she walked in the man's house.
But to the case of the wrong house,
Yeah.
it's just whoever
Stupid,
decided
yeah.
that was gonna be.
And then I'm gonna tell you this, and I don't know.
And this is not to give any justification to the wrongdoing, by the way. I am no means
Right, and plus,
a
and then on top of this, this is not. Hopefully, this doesn't come off as a negative. But the dude was from the West Indies, right?
Yeah, I think he's from Haiti.
I'm assuming, and I know his mom is there now, right? I'm assuming that the food that he ate, the way his apartment probably smelled, and I'm not saying that it stunk.
Everything changed.
I'm saying it was just totally different from her
So
apartment.
she should-
I'm pretty
known.
sure it didn't smell like berries and roses.
It's established that it's unreasonable
point.
for her to believe
that was her
apartment.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like
Her
this-
defense, her defense is most defenses, especially self-defense. and
just at
in
the
this- in
door,
this
you know
case,
it's not
she'll
yours. But if
claim
you go
that
in, you
it was
definitely know this is not
self-defense.
yours.
Right.
Yeah, and in this case, she'll claim it was some type of self-defense because she thought it was
Right.
her apartment. She thought she was doing the right. She thought she was doing the right thing, but her belief of where she was
completely-
is so unreasonable.
Yes.
You're that negates the defense.
It's
I've gone
indefensible.
to several apartments in the same building, and each of them, just are shaped differently, are angled.
We just
differently,
talked about that. He just talked about that.
Yeah.
But the lights was out, apparently.
Like even if it's the same, it's
But
different.
but you're outside of the door, something.
the
is
hallways are
different.
different. Even if it's the same, it's different.
The
everything
rug.
changes. So
You guys, we gotta go to a quick commercial. We come right back. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna ask Sharice, give us an update of what's going on with the CBC, and then right after that, we'll talk some love, sex, and relationships with PDO. Give us a call at 202-656-1BAR. Salute.
Salute.
Good job, Tito.
you guys never turn around the water. Aye, aye, aye.
Did you bring back some gum? Good, now a nigga breath won't be your hum. Now pass me a stick so I can spit game at this trick. Cause being Griffin tricks don't
I don't give a fuck what a punk bitch think, cause my breath always stink every time I take a drink. 40s I be down and I'm drowning
What is that smell? Oh my God. Oh, welcome back to WLVS.
That was
Radio.
after he farted. Salute.
Oh my God. Salute. Yo, don't forget to check out our shirts that like Tito was rocking. Order them shirts online at bartuesday@gmail.com. Part of proceeds to benefit local charities, people. Local charities. Yo, Sharice is back, y'all. How you doing?
Hey guys, I missed you guys.
Right.
We miss you too.
Miss you too.
So this is really important for this is Black Caucus Week, right?
Yes, it is.
What?
So what is the Black Caucus?
Congressional Black
Black Caucus.
It is the Congressional Black Caucus. It's all about strategies. Well, a lot of people come for the parties. A lot of people are coming from all across the country here to really focus on strategies, solidarities. How do we move the African American, the Black agenda forward? And so you're going to see, everybody from, maybe Jay-Z or Common. Last year I met up with Common and Angela Rye and
Love her.
Auntie Maxine Waters.
They not together no more though.
Still love her.
No, it's unfortunate they aren't together anymore, but they're both still individually, powerful. This week, there's some powerful summits happening. One of them is being hosted by the women from the Women's March, and it's about the voting power of formerly incarcerated persons. Ooh. And in D.C., with the last election, we had a major push with incarcerated persons that were currently in the penitentiary being able to vote. And so that's exciting to see for Washington, D.C. It's exciting to see this happening around the country, just showing the power of the formerly incarcerated persons. And so I'm a fan of record expungements for nonviolent offenses. I'm a fan of seeing people really be rehabilitated back into society. And so that's happening tomorrow. That's happening tomorrow, and I'll post the details. And I am luckily enough to be on a panel for the Flint, Michigan project, a young Black and powerful panel. Van Lathan is going to be on there from TMZ. The Black Upstart, Little Miss Flint is going to be on there because, I don't know if you're aware or not, but here in Washington, and they're saying in certain parts of Washington, but we've been experiencing similar water crisis.
That was just a couple weeks ago we had a problem.
I mean, this is just a reality, for some time, but this is just kind of coming to light. And so that is something that is a commonality, but also to remind people across the country that water is the one thing that is a commodity.
And shout out to Miss Michigan from the Miss America competition when she made
I heard her
awareness
speech.
of that. That was pretty good.
Congratulations and shout out to Miss Michigan.
Let's go back a little bit. You said that you was all for the. You said you was all for the.
Record expungement.
Yeah, record expungement
Absolutely.
for non-violent. What about violent offenders? And if it's over a period of time?
Well, those cases are not particularly the focus right now. Those are definitely important to focus on, to research and to study how those persons have been coming into rehab and reconnecting with society. So that's not a particular area that I'm focusing in on right now, but I do think it's an important area to talk about.
And also, in general, violent crimes are not expungible, generally, unless you have good cause. It's different.
I don't think any felonies are. Right?
It all depends on the jurisdiction, but for the most part, violent crimes are not expungible because of public safety reasons, but non-violent crimes are generally easier to expunge.
But I got a friend who had some stuff on his thing, but it's like 22 years old, and they actually expunged like some of it, right? But even when they did the so-called expungement, it still could be seen. So
it depends.
By who, though?
It still can be seen by law enforcement. Law enforcement.
Okay.
If there's a higher penalty for a second offense, then it's still seen for that.
Yeah.
But the public couldn't.
You saying they couldn't do a background check and get it? You're saying
no, the background check, no.
Basically, for employment opportunities, career opportunities,
So they will expunge felonies.
Not generally. It depends on which one, but generally.
It depends.
Right.
It depends on which felony it is.
There are very high paid attorneys that have been volunteering time to research and evaluate individual cases. So there's no way to make a one-size-fit-all generality, but it's definitely
The
doable.
judges, I heard that the judges are typically not leaning in that direction. Like they typically don't like to. The judges don't typically like to. They don't like the, when they hear these cases, they still most times they judge against expunging.
I wouldn't agree. I would say most of my expungement petitions pass through, and it's as long as you have a valid reason. Like say if you have trouble finding a job because you have this felony, this like DUIs aren't expungable in DC, for example.
They are not.
They're not. But say you have like a solicitation charge, maybe that you want to get rid of. That might be able to get rid of that.
I think it's important to look for expungement fairs wherever you are. It's important to speak with someone in particular about your case for whomever may be watching this program right now. Talk with it, find their programs happening, even if it's not particularly in your state or rather Washington, D.C., but go out and ask those questions about your case or family member's case to try to get more clarity, particularly around your situation.
Because I also heard about some churches in PG County in Maryland who were doing these expungement fairs. So I guess lawyers were there.
Yeah, good buddy of mine, Daniel Bradley, Community of Hope, Reverend Tony Lee, Reverend Billy Lee, those guys over there have been consistently doing them. And so
bringing lawyers in and letting people talk to lawyers. Okay.
But playing devil's advocate.
And the Lawyers Bar is going to be at the Black Millennials for Flint for reception that I'm on, panel that I'm on Thursday.
Thursday, what time?
On Thursday. It's going to be actually from 2 to kind of 6 event. There are different sessions within that time.
And where's it going to be held?
It's at the Thurgood Marshall Center. That's up on, and I can look at let me look at.
That's the same place John Lewis is having his event on Wednesday.
Are you sure of that?
At the Thurgood Marshall Center, yeah.
It's just look at the Thurgood Marshall Center. It's in Northwest Washington, and I'll post or send you guys the flyer. Again, it's going to be a really great lineup, and everybody seems to have different timing for their in particular panel conversations, and so I'm looking forward to learning first and foremost from my peers and my mentors that are going to be there, and bringing a lot of the resources back into the community.
So how is Almea doing? How's she doing? Last time you spoke to her.
She just had a baby. Her baby.
She just adopted a baby, right?
Miranda just had a little a session on a ceremony on
last
Sunday.
week, right?
Sunday, this past Sunday. So congratulations.
So the adoption went through.
The adoption went through.
Because she didn't carry it, but okay, moving on.
The adoption went through. Congratulations.
What you trying to say about the mayor?
I'm not saying anything. You won't. I love our mayor.
Listen, being a woman first of all, I will give her credit for being a woman in position of power, being a woman in one of the most powerful cities in the country.
Right.
Even though there are political areas where we feel that she should be listening a lot more to the voices that have been elected in the city to support these particular communities, and not just the appointed directors that you're looking to oversee programs. You really need to. We believe she really needs to be seeking consultation or advising from advisors in the community.
Than we do about the things that she's been doing in the community.
Yeah, she has a maternal kickoff that she's doing. There are several programs she's doing with. There are cure violence initiatives. There are all kinds of things happening.
But like you said, she leans more to her directors that she put over initiatives rather than the community leaders.
Absolutely. There has not been one. I've been elected to 3 different positions in the city. Second term as an ANC, and I've not.
They don't ever reach out to
one session where they're saying, "Hey, let's reach
what's
out
going
to
on in
the advisors of these areas and get some input."
Yeah, that's tough.
Since before we go to a quick to a commercial and we go into love, sex, and relationship, how did you feel about Girls Rock this year? Being a woman of power.
What? So I didn't see it. So I usually try to be aware of these things. I thought
you'd have been there.
I definitely felt the energy from it. And I would say that just an example of Girls Rock is gonna be, Serena match with my Haitian Japanese sister.
I'm so proud of her.
If I could
I'm
not
proud
have
of the way Serena handled with her, showed sportsmanship.
The power in that seen alone on so many levels. I think you can feel the importance of Black Girls Rock, the significance of Black Girls Rock. You know, one, the fact that she consistently stands up for women and women in position of power that are oftentimes diminished.
Right.
And that she also was able to humble herself
and the way
and
she
to congratulate
the way she did
her
that when
opponent.
people when they announced that the girl won, and then everybody was kind of
Booing.
booing.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
said, "Hold up, don't
Incredible
do that to her. You
sportsmanship.
would not do that to her." And she
That's
stood
how
up for
we
her.
stand up for each other.
Wow,
Exactly.
that was
And we
amazing.
need to see that more.
And you know what? A lot of
Don't just cheer on Venus or Serena
Yeah.
and what was it Asaki? I'm trying to pronounce her name.
Yeah,
right.
I think it is.
And another part
Naomi.
of the second part of Naomi's part was her making sure that they did not attempt to
They tried
diminish her Haitian heritage.
They tried
Right.
it.
Yeah.
You know, even
They kept saying
in-
Japanese, first
the
Japanese
caricatures.
one.
She was like, I was
Absolutely.
raised in Haiti, like
You know,
since
she's
I
like,
was
that's
little.
my dad's side of the family. So you can't. The easy thing for people to do is try to diminish the
Our
African
identity.
American or the identity.
And you know
Point
what?
blank period.
Even if she had lost in the semifinals, the other girl, she was also of African descent as well.
And
Absolutely.
that's what's powerful.
Two African American or African descent women
Yeah.
in the finals of the U.S. Open,
Open.
is magic. All of
Yeah.
itself.
So either way, it was always going to be two of African descent.
And that's also too, you know, a larger problem. I mean, so I saw that, I watched that video in the clip, and I watched the match, and I studied that way more than I saw Black Girls Magic, because I studied this way of this American way of being, right? And so she was not fighting for a position of being a woman. It was about her being a Black woman.
Wow.
That was why she was penalized the way she was. And then you saw the caricatures come after that.
Yeah, that was sad,
where
especially
they
ones from
wanted
Australia.
to make her
Yeah.
a scary Black woman.
Right.
And much larger than what she is.
Much larger, much
they did it with
much
Michelle Obama.
Unattractive.
They
Yeah.
do it. They do
They
it
did
to
it.
us.
find a way to make a woman
Diminish.
small.
Right.
And then meanwhile, you know, Naomi is they're attempting to portray her as a Caucasian woman.
Right.
If you look closely at the image.
At that cartoon, that was blonde hair and was like not
Yeah.
even her. I was like, who is this
try to
person?
portray her as a Caucasian
Yeah.
woman, a Caucasian slim woman
Well-
that was this non-threat, if you will, but that the Black woman is a threat to society.
And I love the
Black
way
woman
she spoke
is
up
a
for
threat.
Serena. I was impressed. That just showed great Black women unity.
And we
But-
have to do that at every level of being a woman.
Exactly.
Don't just watch Black Girls Rock and don't celebrate your sister right
Yeah.
next to you and don't support her. Don't just celebrate Naomi because it's a popular, trendy thing
Right.
to do, and you're not supporting the woman that's
right.
fighting for the same rights right next to
And
you.
you know we're gonna always support you, Sharice. We love you. Yo,
Hey, I
yo, we'll be
Thank
right
you,
back.
thank
We come
you.
right back with what, Pastor?
Girl power.
What we gonna talk about, Pastor?
Cheetahs never prosper.
Cheetahs never prosper. Give us a call 202
Oh, gosh,
656
this is
one
gonna be a good
bar.
one. I got questions on this one.
Oh, welcome back to WLVS Radio. You're tuning into the open bar.
Salud.
What's on your mind, PDO? Love Guru.
We were talking about, the
quickie love guru. Come
on. About Brandy.
Brandy Maxill.
Yeah, we were talking about Brandy Maxill and her husband, and so I figured we would just talk about how cheaters never prosper.
Okay, now, I don't know if everybody heard, but Brandy Maxill found out on
Fix My Life.
Ayanla
Van Zandt
Van
show that her husband of what, 12 years?
17.
17 years?
No.
They've been
five
together.
Years husband, but 17 years together.
17 years together, right? That he has slept with 341 women in this time period.
Wait, one more time. Who found out? How many?
A young lady named Brandy Maxill.
Brandy Maxill
Married
from
to
Basketball
Did you love it?
Wives.
You just watch Basketball Wives?
She's married to an ex-basketball player, ex-NBA
Well,
player.
he's signed to the Charlotte Hornets. Shout out to Michael Jordan for giving him a job because he's gonna need one now.
He gonna need one. Sure, and apparently Brandy's very very pretty. How Ron says she's very pretty.
She's okay.
She's a cancer. What you call it?
Patient survivor.
Cancer survivor.
Okay.
She breast cancer survivor. She went through a lot.
Was it breast cancer?
Shout out.
Or ovarian cancer.
To those who are beating
He
cancer.
cheated how many times?
Huh?
He had 341 affairs.
341 women that he slept
In
with
17 years.
in 17 years.
There were really about 450. That was remember.
Nah, he probably had counted those.
No,
up.
he
He
said
had some undocumented.
no. I mean,
He
at
probably-
341, that's not a round out number.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like
341 is his documented.
But you know
no,
what?
but no, 50.
And his-
50 was since he's been married.
Last
No, but
5 years.
in his defense, he got caught with only 8.
Why is that?
So how do you say? So and Pastor, since he only got caught with 8,
Pastor,
how do
so-
you say cheaters never prosper?
Yeah, let's get back to cheaters never prosper.
Well, he got caught. That's how. It's just-
No, only with 8.
Only
He has
does
to get up
not
half
the
his
only
shit now.
part, but the only part is nullified. The point of the matter is he got
No,
caught.
but
also-
341.
okay.
She didn't. She only knew
Red-
of 8. She only knew of 8.
Red Bear.
He was have to come up with half his stuff if she wanted to.
Well,
That's what it don't cost.
well, again, here's the fact of cheaters never prospering is basically the fact that he was doing that when it gets that excessive. Think about it. In 17 years, 341 women. Somebody do the math. What's the breakdown of that?
It's 17.
17.
That's like 3 a year. That's like 5. Hold up. Hell, let me.
Now,
let
this
me
is
just get the
this
math.
is why he has a girlfriend. That's why he has a girlfriend. He has his girlfriend and his regular girl he's with.
But wait, then also too depends if what
That's
cheating
20
is
women a
defined
year.
as. Let's also be clear what cheating is defined as.
341 by 17. It's 20
It's also
20.05. So like 21 women a year.
So he's only been married for
This
how
is-
long?
It's only 12 months in a year.
So he had about
They got 2 kids together.
about two different women a month for every month. Every month.
Well,
Was
no,
he single or was he married?
he was married. No, he was only married for 5 of those 17 years.
Okay, so
So, but he only had that only equaled out to 10 women because he only had 50 that he slept with after they were married. So I think he lowered his.
What did the wife say? First of all, the
he
wife-
said, "I gotta calm down. I only
Here's-
gonna have 50 of y'all now. I can't have all the 240."
Here's what I want to be clear about. The wife
Yeah,
knew
somebody-
about every woman before.
No, she only knew about 8.
Okay, let me just be
She only
clear
knew
about
of
this,
8.
right? I'm gonna bring y'all home on some women intuition. She only knew about 8 that publicly found out about 8. But I want to be clear that if the wife knew before she married this man that he was a community property. She
First of all,
She kinda knew. She kinda
Ron
knew.
said
she married, even if the publicly only acclaimed for catching 8. I mean, what woman is really gonna say, "Oh yeah, I knew about all 341"? Now maybe she didn't know about all 341.
No, she had really
no.
surprised
But
me saying that.
Ron said that He's from the Planet of the Apes. He looked like he's from the Planet of the Apes.
But,
so.
but listen, there's no woman that's dating a man for how many years?
17 years.
For 17 years,
Or 12
and does
years.
not know about the fact that he has
Okay.
community property.
Now let me throw a twist in the game because I like
And-
that.
Well, he was
Hold on,
overseas
hold on.
for a little while,
let
and they were
PBO, let
separated.
PBO
So I like
Well,
I like
that's
I
a
like
little
that you
different.
I like
She
I
was
like that
standing
you
by him.
that you broached the topic the way you did, because I believe too. After 12 years, you know something. She knew, of course, she knew that there was something, and that she had found some women or whatever. But she probably knew that he was just that way, right? But I want to flip it because I feel like it's also a responsibility on the woman's side, right?
Wow.
So did she ever stop and take time to really think about what was going on with him, or what he might have needed? And I ain't talking about, because a lot of time when women do think about this, like, what does the man need? They say, do I need to get more lingerie, or do I need to cook more? It's not stuff like that.
No, for someone like him, he was an athlete, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was and still is.
So
is he a good athlete? I don't know. If he is.
It's part of the lifestyle.
Even if he's not, the athletes get the reputation of not being as loyal as most people. It's a reputation. I don't know if it's true or not, but
It's true.
But she knew. She may have known part of it.
So, but I'm saying, does she stop and
Do you
ever say,
believe in
what does
magic?
he need?
What do you
Versus,
mean, what does he
No,
need?
no.
okay, what is
no.
it? In other
He's
words,
always
besides
greedy at that point.
standing back, demanding loyalty because he's your man, are you really thinking about what he needs? Besides, he's supposed to be faithful to
let
me.
me ask you this
He's
question.
cheating.
Is
I
that,
need to think about what he needs. I mean, just make
but
sure
let me
I'm clear.
ask this question,
Yes,
right?
I ain't
We're
saying that
assuming-
I ain't saying he's
He
okay
needs
for
new
cheating.
vagina. That's
Okay,
what he needs.
wait. Let me be clear about
And
this
she
too.
can't give him new
But
vagina.
let's be clear about this too. Let's be
Go
clear about this too.
Commissioner.
We are assuming that she's not complicit in this.
What is true?
Meaning
Well, this
that
is what
there are plenty
Well, they was on
of,
Fix My Life, and I don't know if it got
No,
fixed
well,
I
after
didn't
this.
get to see that part.
No,
now,
but
Ron,
if you watch
Did she get a-
Housewives,
can you tell
or
she
if
knew?
you watch
did she give the
Housewives,
Jerry Springer
she
emotional?
was very
or
emotional.
Was
She
it,
was shocked. She knew of 8.
or was she?
She
was
knew
She got the
of
Jerry
8.
or was
Springer
she-
emotional.
Do
No,
you
let me
get
say
paid
this.
to go on
Let me
Ayala?
say this, everybody. She
Because
knew
I
of.
just
She
want
knew
to
of.
be
She
clear.
knew
She don't
of
give you a
8.
check afterwards.
She
and
knew of 8.
She didn't give you that free round
You
trip
funny.
hotel stay.
She
I'm
knew
just
of 8
trying to
faster.
understand.
But what I would
Batman.
say, if you watch the show Basketball Wives, she did dump him. They were separated for many years because of she caught him in a couple of affairs. So she didn't just put up anything. And another thing about this young lady, she
Okay.
was like I said, she's a cancer survivor. So she's been through a lot.
So we're setting the
So
tone
she
here.
was she was stressed out a lot.
See, this is what I'm saying. He needs to be considerate of her and her needs and what she needs, right? As a woman. I'm saying, does she stop him and be considerate of his needs as a man? Did she? And it's easy for
Wait,
women.
whoa.
Women always assume that they are already on point. Like I don't have to do anything special. What? Women do. They assume that they're always on point and everything is in pocket, and you just need to live up to this, right?
Well, there's also a reality.
And I'm saying both ways. He needs to be
I
considerate of
was
her, but she
having
should be
this
considerate of him also.
conversation earlier
The expressions of
today,
PEO,
actually.
not those.
We were having
Yeah,
this
yeah.
conversation earlier
With who?
today.
Another woman?
Go ahead, sis.
The conversation, thanks, Mama. The conversation was about when people are even really ready to commit and settle down. So it could be a scenario. There's a scenario, and I'm gonna give you a scenario. And men and women do it both, but usually women are more likely to do this, right? Not as this is not a sexist comment, but this is just kind of the women that I know. I'm gonna put it like that. Women are more likely to want to try to force a man into a commitment that man is
We
not
talk about
ready to be in. And then there are some men
Which is kind of selfish, right? And not thoughtful about him, right?
that's
Let's not talk about what he needs.
Well,
Let's go what she wants, right?
it is okay.
In those moments.
I'm giving both scenarios here, right? So women have a tendency of picking. What's that song, Mr. Wrong? Me and Mr. Wrong. Women have a tendency
Maybe.
of going after the guy that we want that may not necessarily be good.
What
for
we
us.
need.
Good for us, right? And then there are situations where a man could be completely honest and a woman
Right.
about where they are in life. Hey, I'm not in a space in my life where I want to be faithful.
Yo, good point, Pastor.
I'm
We'll let
not
you
in
give
a
your
space
final
in my
thought
life.
because unfortunately we ran out of time.
Oh, okay.
Pastor, you want to give your closing remarks?
I mean, I
In a
think
second?
that's. I just want us to be, be thoughtful about the fact that it's faithfulness and
two-way
being
street.
faithful to a person it goes beyond just not having sex with somebody else.
Wow.
It's bigger than that.
Last thought.
It's bigger than
Back
that,
today,
and it goes both ways. And I think how a man can be unfaithful, a woman can also be unfaithful and not feel like they are because they haven't done anything physically. And so that's kind of where I wanted to go with the whole thing. So.
Wow, Sharice, what's the events that you wanted to announce for the CBC?
Oh
real
yeah,
quick?
definitely. A lot of everything is happening at the convention center.
Okay.
Definitely tune in all day there. The tomorrow at the club at the park at 14th, there's going to be an evening reception. Friday, Congresswoman Norton's having an event at the convention center, and again, I'm going to be on a panel. So follow us.
Not you. Get out.
I'm going to be on a panel Thursday for the Black Millennials for Flint. So follow us at Crawford at Large.
All right. You guys had a great time, yo. Next, we got to finish this conversation next
Definitely.
Tuesday. Start out with you, PDO. It's just so you have more to say on the whole cheating situation.
You know you're going to hear from the people.
Right. Had a great show. Love you. See you next week. Salute.
Got your girl in the color she choose. A club going up.